Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Dating Right. Women thought divorce was a good idea until they had to pay alimony. Finally, we win some alimony cases, boys. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time. Petty as fuck. $1 bills that are all crumpled up. Really?
Yeah, babe, we're gonna take a shot together, okay?
Thank God.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I think we're going to start to see a trend where a lot of women are going to stop getting married because they are experiencing a lot of the consequences that a lot of men are experiencing, meaning losing half their money.
Well, I mean, they're strong and independent, make their own money now, right? They're the ones that wanted this. They wanted to be the breadwinners. They wanted to make more money than men. This is the consequences of making more money than men.
When they go through a divorce, they are learning that this is why you don't get married. Successful boss chick women are seeing that state marriage laws are applying to women the same way they apply to men.
Okay, ladies. Time to protect your assets. Time to be smart. There's some gold digging men out here too. Prenup. If you have any assets in your name, prenup.
Hey, the more this goes about, the more women are fucking realizing this shit, the more prenups are going to be more normalized and not seen as some kind of like way to automatically think of divorce already. No, it's just a insurance policy, just in case something does happen, you don't screw each other over.
Or put them assets in somebody else's name before you get married.
I make $75,000 a year and my wife makes $250,000. I shouldn't have to give her anything. I went to school while he sat around. Why should I pay him anything? I'm the wife. He should be paying me. You have to pay him $3,000 a month in alimony. Just because you're a woman does not mean that you don't pay alimony. You make more money than him, so he gets the $3,000 to keep up with his lifestyle. That's not fair.
The last one I went through the divorce,
That's how what men have been saying this whole time.
it's still, the divorce was final, but you don't realize how much aftermath there is to it, like literally this whole fight is still paying my ex, you know what I mean? And you're like, man, it's crazy. You have to get punched in the face and you work so hard and you do all this and you have to pay that much for something, and it's...
And this was...
Shut up. So you got hit in the face. How many fighters, how many MMA fighters, how many boxers have gone through what you're going through? Exactly. And they put their bodies and their health and life on the line to make that money, and you just came along and took half of it because you were nice and had some pussy.
Would go the same way if this was a male boxer having to pay his ex-wife. This is the equality that women ask for. In this video, I'm gonna read some of the comments because I thought they was pretty interesting. This one man said, I retired and paid for my wife's schooling. She makes $180K and I make $70K. She pays me $2,300 in alimony and child support. LOL, I bought another Harley. In that case, I do feel like the scales are pretty equal. This man...
As much as they want to complain, it's still only 5% of women that are paying alimony. It is growing rapidly, but you still aren't even the majority women, and you're making such a fuss now. Men have been making a fuss this whole... actually, somewhat of a fuss. Most men just took it. Actually, a lot of men just took it. Nowadays, men are starting to speak up about it.
And pay for her schooling and training for her career where she is making that $180K a year. So I think he do kind of deserve a cut of that. There's a lot of men who put women through nursing school.
The typical narrative around child support and alimony is that, for better or worse, the husband pays it to their ex-wives. But there's a growing demographic of women who emerge from their marriages as the payers, not the recipients of alimony and child support. Some of them have even coined the term for this phenomenon, and they joke and say it's that they pay galimony. And while no one is ever thrilled at the prospect of writing checks to an ex, divorce attorneys report that a rising population of women are the payers. And their reaction to having to support their ex-spouse is pure hot rage. Some, especially those with children, are just fine about providing financial support. But there is a subset who do feel angry at the financial setup. Often, these are women whose husbands did not expect to be the lower earning partner in their marriage and subsequently did not take the role reversal well.
Men haven't taken it well for the decades we've been paying it.
Decades, bro. It's been a long time. It's been like men's lifetime since we've been just paying women off to do things and be okay.
I should have stayed retired, but I was paying alimony to 3 different women, so I had to go back to work.
Jeez.
$2 million in alimony and $2 million in attorney fees. My first wife, I had to pay $2,500 a month. That's been from 81 to 83. My second wife, $17,000 for 2 years, $16,000 for 2 years, $12,000 for 2 years, and $10,000 for 2 years. Then I had 2 other wives.
Jesus, guy. You would think men would learn after the first 2. God damn.
In and out the door, but that's another 500.
Now women are looking at this and saying, oh, this is not fair at all. And men are looking back like, oh, now it's not fair.
And we decided to get a divorce. Things just didn't work out. The why doesn't matter. Things just didn't work out. The why doesn't matter.
You know, if you want to know if your friend cheated on their partner, they'll say something like this. Especially if
The
they're
why
a
doesn't
woman.
matter.
Because, you know, it's funny. If her husband was the adulterer, it wouldn't be anything resembling it doesn't matter.
Correct.
That video would have been 3 minutes longer describing in detail his infidelity and everything he did wrong to blow up the relationship.
100%.
If she's going, oh, it doesn't really matter, that means it all fell on her. And of course, after she blew up her marriage from cheating, she's resentful that her ex-husband would expect alimony. Well, I'm sorry, sweetheart, when you betray people, they have a tendency to be a little bitter.
And it looks like a lady said, my mom hid her money in the Cayman Islands and filed for bankruptcy after my dad cheated and sued for alimony. Smartest thing she did. Somebody said, note to self.
Wow. You had more money than him. You hid your money and sued him so you can get more money. Ruthless ass women, man.
Marry a girl boss.
Did you own before you married him?
He never paid a dime.
Okay,
to
now
her.
that's the issue, and let me make a ruling on that. He's not contending that he paid a dime. He didn't have to pay a dime. It wasn't his house. It was your house and your mother's house, right?
Yes.
You and your mother got the loan,
Yes.
and the property was in your name and your mother's name.
Yes.
Bought it before the marriage.
Yes.
That's what we call separate property. Once you married Mr. Howard, all of your earnings became community property. Every dime you earned became community property. Half of your paycheck belonged to him.
But he never gave me
Half
half
of
of his
your,
paycheck.
I didn't say that he did.
He never gave me half of
You
his
wanna walk out?
paycheck. No, I'm just upset.
Well, you can be upset.
And that's how men feel. The exact emotions, exact everything. She's never paid anything for me. She takes half my shit? What the fuck?
And I'm sorry,
I
but the
can't
law is
believe
the
because
law.
he doesn't
And half is if you're lucky. Most of the time, it's like 70%.
have half for nothing to give to me. Nothing.
Okay, now, Miss Howard, I've allowed you to talk. It's my turn. Sometimes life don't throw us a fair deal, but the law is the law. Sounds unfair, but that's life. It's not always fair. But $440 that you spent every month, one half of that belonged to him. That was community money used for a separate property investment for which he did not benefit.
You killed my mom.
You must reimburse him $222 for each month that you were married and living together.
Where am I gonna get that with 5, 6 kids? I have
I don't
nearly
know
4
what you can do.
milk.
What you can do is give him a second trust
No
deed.
diapers, nothing.
Okay. Child support is another issue, and you're entitled to child support for your son.
She already gets it.
I don't get child
Miss
support.
Howard.
I don't, not from
Miss
you,
Howard.
scammer.
Mrs. Howard.
Leech.
Okay, she wants to not hear me.
I hear you, ma'am. I'm
One way
sorry.
you can do it is you can give him a note secured by a deed of trust against the house for the $3,000, $3,108.
Here's
You can
$30
pay him
on
monthly.
his loan back.
All right, subtract $33. That's fine, but you have to pay it to him. You owe it to him.
How
If it was the other way around, he'd owe it to you.
But he never paid
You know
anything.
what?
It's not fair.
Okay, it's not fair. You said that 10 times. That's the order of the court. Court's adjourned.
Boom.
Rise.
I
Boom.
think this is something that's gonna make women stop looking at marriage like that. You know how every woman wants.
This is why we need to change marriage laws, guys. The marriage laws are fucking whoever is the main breadwinner. And now women are realizing it. Men and women are becoming marriage adverse.
To be married and get that wedding. This may start to change a lot of women's minds about it.
Although I have to tell you that, it's the last remaining feminist taboo. I got a lot of women paying alimony these days. I mean, women marry the handsome musician who's not successful or the artist, there's a lot, listen, it hasn't been, there's been a significant effort in our culture in the last decade, if anyone didn't notice, to improve the situation of women. If you have an equally qualified man and an equally qualified woman, the woman's the diversity hire, the man's not. So I have a lot of women who when they get told oh yeah, no, you got to give him half your shit. Or, oh no, you got to pay alimony.
Feminism is out the window.
And they're like, they could be the staunchest feminist in the world. And when you tell them they got to pay alimony, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's a man. He's got a strong back. He can get out there and work. And then suddenly the whole gender is a construct and there's no such thing. That goes right out the window when you get told you got to pay alimony. That's nope, no. I believe in strict gender roles. Men should pay alimony. Women, even if you earn 10 times, you should not have to pay alimony. I've had very, very staunchly feminist clients who changed their mind about how feminist they were when they got told that they were going to have to pay alimony.
Equality, bitches.
Coming on today because somebody asked me, do I only go after money for men? And no, I don't. I was telling somebody about a story not too long ago, how I had, my client was the guy and they were married and the woman.
I'm not trying to be mean, but this woman has very, very masculine features, especially her face. I almost want to say it's a trans person almost. My bad if it isn't. That's just my thought process when I saw this.
Made significantly more than the husband. And when we were in court, if you've been married a certain amount of time, each spouse is entitled to a certain amount of money.
Okay, why are you doing this? Why are you eating, talking with your mouth open on a video? Stop it. Just stop it.
And she just happened to make more than her husband, significantly more. And so she ended up paying him alimony, and she was pissed. I had to put my Crocs in sports mode because of that lady. She was mad at me. Girl, no, it's not just men that pay alimony. Women can pay alimony too.
A lot of you are asking me why Kelly Clarkson has to pay alimony even though her ex cheated. What does that have to do with alimony? If you support your spouse during the marriage, you have to support them after the marriage. That's the law. Also, judges don't care who cheated or who's right or wrong.
Yep.
That's not their job. If
It's
you don't
never
want to get
been.
stuck paying alimony, do one of three things. 1. Marry someone who's not only self-supporting, but earns about the same as you. 2. Get a prenup before you get married, waiving alimony if you divorce. And 3. Don't get married and don't live together because of palimony.
I already loved Mary J. Blige, but now I really love her.
You mean to tell me I gotta pay him? And he cheated and he lied, he stole, not to give a petty, but you know what I'm saying?
Fuck. Maybe I need to go find me a Mary J. Blige and get me $30K a month. Holy cow. I can't imagine. I really can't. Just getting $30K a month from a woman that you used to be with for the rest of your life. That's just so crazy to me. And the other way is even crazier when women do it.
You mean I gotta pay him for cheating and lying to me and ruining my life? So yeah, and the law is you have to, so.
You remember, women are the initiator of divorces and separations almost 80 to 90% of the time. Now, they have to actually think about it, because if they're earning significantly more, they will have to pay alimony. It might put that same fear that men have to not leave a relationship because they're going to lose half their shit.
I say, get a prenup, cover yourself up.
Somebody said, welcome to every wealthy male's nightmare. It costs to be the boss.
It does.
Fair is fair. Yes, it's not fair when the roles are reversed and women are the ones that's the hypocrites now. All of a sudden, alimony is wrong when the woman has to pay. And if these people care so much about saving their money, won't they just stay together? Stay together like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. You know?
Court fees, divorce lawyers, all that shit is a lot of fucking money. It really is. I can't even hate on how Jada and Will are handling it. They don't really aren't together, but they kept everything together because they'll lose too much.
You know, you just buy you a house somewhere else and she have a house somewhere else. You're just married on paper. But we all know when that divorce happens, people want to take their money and run. And to keep it real, just like we got some trifling women out here, we got some trifling men
that we do
trying to take these women, get them for child support, all kind of mess. It is something I do not like, but the game is the game. And this is a game women benefited from for decades. So yeah.
Yep, they wanted equality. Now men are playing the same game that they're playing. It's a little bit harder for men to do it, but men are doing the same thing now.
Let these men get their money. But I'm going to stop the video right there. You guys drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of.
That was some savory, spicy chow right there. I enjoyed that one. You know, women paying alimony. Yeah, make it fair. It's equality, bitches. Please like us real down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.